Hey, Joey Green 1990 here to discuss One Piece Road to Laugh Tale Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty much Road to Laugh Tale was a series of little chapters that information Oda, the author of One Piece, released while One Piece is currently on its 1 month break. So I'm going to break it up into 4 parts. So part 1, and this is just my opinion, kind of what I see, my thoughts. I'm skipping some stuff because to me, it's important, but I don't want to focus a lot of time on it. If you think it's important, feel free to comment and tell me what you thought was important, why or why not. Or if you had a disagreement with I thought was cool, tell me what you thought and why. So, part 1, Goldie Roger's journey. So, pretty much in Road to Laugh Tale Part 1, Oda kind of looks at and has some drawings of Goldie Roger, the Pirate King, kind of what his journey was like. The next part, kind of what I thought was important, was kind of how he focuses on the poneglyphs. He shows Robin, Nika Robin, kind of looking at the poneglyphs, kind of discussing how they were, and the poneglyphs were created by the mercenaries of Wano, how they were in Zou as well, the different types of poneglyphs. Next part is Roxy Zabek, who we know was the pirate captain of the crew that Big Mom, Kaido, and Whitebeard on. It was more kind of like essentially a bunch of group people just hanging out together, because it wasn't really a crew. It was more like a group of mercenaries, how I see it, kind of a gang. Kind of shows of where they started, you know, who was in it, and kind of what their goal was. Now, the next part I thought was important was the will of Zabek. There's a lot of people who think Blackbeard has something to do with Zabek's will, his spirit, being possessed. No idea. I think Blackbeard and Luffy are polar opposites. Luffy, in some sense, is taking over Goldie Roger's will, the next step, the new Pirate King, whereas Blackbeard is kind of taking over Zabek's and wanting to bring the world to ruin, and he's doing it however he sees fit. The final part of part 1 I saw was different character drawings for the characters of Wano, specifically Odin, the Izo, and his brother. And so to me, that was the main portion of Road to Laugh Tale Part 1. Road to Laugh Tale Part 2, to me, had 5 parts that I thought were important. The recap of events after Reverie. So that, to me, essentially discusses how 2 emperors, Big Mom and Kaido, had fallen after the fight with Luffy, Killer, Kid, Zoro, and Law. Specifically how Luffy defeated Kaido and how Kid and Law defeated Big Mom. Kind of like what's happening next. And then it goes into a little detail about the world's events. So we're talking about Sabo's status, Sabo the Revolutionary, Luffy's brother, kind of what's going on with him, what's going on with the warlords, specifically Hancock, Weevil, Mihawk, and Buggy. The next part it really focuses on is Blackbeard and Redhead Shanks pirates. I like this as it really breaks down who is in Blackbeard Marshall, the Blackbeard teacher's crew, specifically who are his division commanders or his ship commanders. So you have Ship 1, helmsman Jesus Burgess. I'm abbreviating some of these. Second ship, Sheer the Rain. Third ship is Supersonic Von Auger, who's a sniper. I think that was cool. Fourth, Corrupt King Avalo Pizarro. Again, Obviously, I'm going to butcher some of these names. So if I destroy them, I apologize. If you have a better pronunciation, please send me a video about them. Fifth is Demonic Sheriff Lafitte. Sixth is Maiden Hunter Katarina Devon. I like her and I like her ability. I'm curious to see more what I was going to do with her. 7. We have the Colossal Battleship San Juan the Wolf. 8. We have Heavy Drinker Vasco Shot. And 9, we have Grim Reaper Doc Q. And apparently there was a 10, but Oda chose not to reveal them at this point, which makes me think they're going to be a major character later on. I might be wrong, but the fact that he at least mentions there's a 10th, but doesn't show who, to me definitely thinks there's more to it. Next is Shanks. So Shanks, to me, it feels like it's more focusing, okay, what's he doing, kind of what's going on, specifically how Kid had some interactions. Bartolomeo, the fanboy for Luffy, had some interactions with his territory as well, and then also his goal with Blackbeard, specifically because of his eye. Sorry. Next, to me, are the swords. So, I focused on 3 major ones, which was Ace, which is Goldie Rogers' sword, Murakaguri, which was Edward Newgate's sword, and then Yoru, which is Drago Mihawk's sword. I focused on these 3 as specifically they were by 3 major known swordsmen in the world who had literally clashes, who have known to have clashes of hockey. There are some other important ones, but to me those were the main ones that stood out. So for all the other ones that are still important would be Laws, Kikoku, Samazoro's the Kietsu 3rd, Kaido's Hasuiku, Katakuri's Mole. So those to me are the main ones. And then you have some drawings of, early drawings of what Kaido was going to look like, what Queen, Jack, the Toby Ropo were going to look like initial drawings. The one that stands out to me the most is X-Drake, Who's Who, Black Maria, and Sasaki, especially because Sasaki had some weird stuff with his devil fruit that you didn't look like it would be normal, like his flying. But to me, it was still cool that Oda went that route. And then last are Big Mom's Wano designs, or possible Wano designs. So that was part 2. Part 3 is going to focus on the recaps events after Reverie. Part 3 will focus on specifically Sun God Nika. So starts off essentially with focusing on Sun God Nika, kind of the legend, the lore, what the fruit's abilities are, which to me, not everyone likes the design. I like the design. I think Luffy having the human Hito Sun God model Nika, essentially to me it's like the Looney Tunes fruit. It's awesome and fits his character. I like the design. I'm curious to see what Oda does with not only the character figure, not more of his powers, but also what it's going to look like down the line. And so the next part for part 3 was Devil Fruits. Who ate what? A lot of these we knew, but it was just interesting to see them broken down. Ones that really stood out to me just at a quick glance was Emperor Venkov. We knew he had the Hormone. Vanderdecken was the Mark. We knew that, but just to have it called that and to see it again. Bo Hancock's Love Fruit. Brooks Revive Fruit. The Art Fruit eaten by Jorah. The Stone by Pika. The Lair by Viola. The Swim by Senor Pink. Part 4 then to me that I focused on, I thought was cool, was oh sorry, part 3 was the different devil fruit categories. So you have Zone, Logia, Paramecia. But for this one, for this part 3 of the Laugh Tale, artists specifically focused on ancient zone types, mythical zone, Logia types, and then zone types. Now, the ancient zone to me, I like as it focuses on Black Maria, Jack, Who's Who, X-Drake, Page 1, Sasaki, Ulti, King, Queen. Mythical zone, Yamato, Katarina Devon from Blackbeard's crew, Kaido, Marco, Onoru, the thing that was on Black Maria's weapon. The Brooks defeated. Sengoku, Orochi, and then you have your Logia, and then your different zones. And then the last part, or fourth part, was the drawings of kind of what some of the Tobiropo Yamato would look like as well. And then a map of Wano with Zunisha kind of next to it. I like that in Wano, Oda's really broken up and kind of showing you exactly all the different parts so you understand where you're at. Part 4 is broken down into One Piece character bounties that we necessarily always know, Story of Odin, and the New Era. I'm not going to really talk about the One Piece character bounties because I'm going to do a separate video talking about this because I was really excited when I saw that we had some bounties that we didn't really know, or we speculated what the bounty might be, and then he revealed a lot of that. And so I love that, and so I want to spend a whole video talking just about that. So I'm honestly going to skip that. We're going to go straight to kind of how he discusses story of the next part right after is a little drawings, Story of Odin, kind of different parts of his introduction, where it will look different, meeting the different scabbards, and then kind of the new era essentially with Momonosuke, Buggy, Blackbeard, Kid, Law, Luffy, what that looks like. So if you have any questions, comments on what I talked about, I know I skimmed through part 4 pretty dang fast. That there is a lot of information in there, but for me, the big stuff is going to be the bounties, and I want to do a different video on that. 1, 2, and 3, I thought it had some cool stuff, but as I'm not a major artist, it stood out to me, but it wasn't like wow, wow, wow. So if you have something that you thought was amazing and wow, wow, wow to you, please put a like, put a comment, and tell me why and what specifically stood out to you. Jolly Green 1990 signing out.